Hey guys, I am late and I picked a dumb time. I should have picked 3 minutes from now because Huxley's going to walk in the door in like 2 seconds and the dog's going to bark, but we can live with that, can we not? Hey, Brittany, happy Rex Manning Day. Oh, Rexy, you're so sexy. I love that movie so much, Brittany. Is it really Rex Manning Day? Because I love that movie. Thank you for your super chat. Hey, Trish O, Jessamine. By the way, Jessamine, I just read your email like an hour ago. Thank you for that. Hey, Joe Virus, Mods, thank you for being here. Hey, Dawn, Mandy Albert, Michael Malloy Show, Empowered Wendy. Love you, girl. Empowered Wendy. Did you change your name again? Tell me weren't you the one that was telling me? Yes, your channel. What is your channel? And I'll have the mods posted. Hey, Alana. Hey, Michelle Lynn. Eric, welcome. Oh, Susie Q. Christine Baker. Kestrel made it. Katie Smith again. Hey, babe. Hey, Tammy. Thank you. Okay, April 8th is Rex Manning Day. Oh, my God. I don't even think I would have boned Rex Manning, quite honestly. Hey, Rain. Lydia Krause. Who else is here? Empowered Wendy says no. Who was it then? It's okay, Bo. She had empowered in the title. So now I'm confused. Hey, Hux. Lori Helker. Hey, babe. Now I feel bad about this. I told her, she asked me to promote her channel. And I said, if you come in and remind me what it's called. And now I feel bad. Let's just move on with our life. Hey, Callie Galley. It's Rex Manning Day. Oh, my God. Catherine B. Hey, Ewa. Big Z. Very Buddy Holly. Are they too much? I got to ask you guys about this eyeshadow. So it's like a burgundy. I don't do dark eyeshadows. I feel like it makes me look older. It ages me. However, this is like a plummy burgundy and it makes my eyes, that kind of color makes the green. There we go. Let's just take away the bold glasses that are hiding that. How do we feel about this if I were wearing contacts? Again, I don't do well with eyeshadows and Mr. Bojangles. He's a great person, though. He's a good person. And sometimes he gets into trubs. He does. Yesterday, we watched him eat a giant pile of poop in the yard, and we almost lost our spleen over it. I was vomiting myself. And we had a long talk about it last night. And we just said, coming from someone who went to Princeton, we would expect more. And he said, there's not a lot that I can do about this. It's always been a thing. And I've been a poop addict since I was born, he says. He says, I've been addicted to feces for a long, long time. Hey, Liz Tricks, Lilac Lime. Okay. Well, you got to go to your grandma's today, and you got to run around and eat all the turds you could possibly find. He ate all the deer poop he could find. And he says, it's just, I've been a poop addict for so long that it's not something I can just quit. And I like to eat the turds. Wisconsin Barb. Hey, Marie Marion. I'm keeping my glasses off so that we can kind of get a feel for this. Because if we don't like it, I'm going to take it back. Okay. What's going on? This is the problem with a black t-shirt. Jamie Palmer. Hey, Yvonne. Hey, Susie. Cliff Ann made it. Hey, Lumen. I'm going to get super behind. Armine. It was you. I knew it was you. Okay. Okay. Empowered Wendy, you scared me because I was like, I swear it. Don't be doing that, girl. And don't be changing your name a lot. I told you guys this in the Facebook group. The only time you are allowed to change your name is if you clog up a guy's toilet. If you clog a guy's toilet at his house and you have to climb through the window to leave, that's an emergency situation. And I get that. You can change your name. Otherwise, it's a no from me. Buffy, Anita. I love that, Anita. I'm doing an earlier show for our people across the ponds. More than one. Yorkie Mom. Hey, Angie Mo. Thanks, Angie Mo. Hey, Cheryl Roberts, Charcoal Ninja. The dark eyeshadow, yes. The order, yeah, it was abundantly empowered. That's why. I knew it had the word empowered, but it wasn't Empowered Wendy. Rex Manning, you got to watch that movie. What's it called? Help me. Something Empire Records. Thank you, Bigsy. Okay, I'm trying to read our comments here. Miss Sassafras. Joe, how long is your documentary? I haven't even been home today. How long is it? I so rarely watch anything. I may have to break it up into parts if it's really long, but I do intend to watch it. Okay, thanks, Rain. Okay, Jessamine. Hey, May and Jeffrey. Good for you, girl. I hope you get it. Too dark for Ewa. Yvonne is not a fan. Susie likes it with the glasses. Xenu. Sultry, says Brittany. Okay. Notice the eyeshadow. I love it. Don't wear as much if not wearing my glasses. Same, Lumen. Same. Hey, Panda 3000. Tammy's not a fan. Marissa Martin's laughing. Oh, Liz Tricks. Susie with an S. Yeah, Bo is gross. The eyeshadow is a home run, says Bigsy. Okay. I've tried to have an intervention with Bo. It doesn't work. Charcoal Ninja says yes. Mandy Albert says yes. Empowered Wendy says yes. Yeah, Katie, I get that. I don't know how to do that, Chica Cherry Cola. Hey, Bohemian Luciferian Witch. Hey, my Danish friend, Cheryl Fraser. Joanne Ventrell, why don't I just put these on so I can see? I think we've seen enough of the eyeshadow. There we go. Hey, Sonia, haven't seen you for a minute. Okay, good. Thank you, Catherine B. Nice to have the earlier live. Joanne Holly, I really wanted to make an earlier live, and thank you for being a member, my love. Yeah, Empowered Wendy, I kind of thought that too. Hey, Anna Banana. Stella. Thank you, Stella. That means a lot coming from you. Thank you. It's late in Sweden. Nice. Anita's watching in the Netherlands. That's amazing. Okay, Callie Galley. Good to know. Good to know. Guys, I'm not very good with makeup. I love makeup, but I'm not very good with it. And I'll be the first to say, well, you guys, it's Nancy. I'm catching up on the streams I've missed. I saw comments you were leaving today, Nance. I love Nancy Stitchin. I'm honored that you're here. You never make a live. You know, when I do an earlier live, I get to see all my earlier live friends, and that means the world to me. Nancy, I love you. I love you, girl, and I'm happy that you're here. Thank you, Bigsy. Bigsy, I'm also happy you're here. I don't feel like I see you a lot. Erica, no way. I'm shocked that you're here during the day like this. Thank you, Empowered Wendy. Yeah, Kestrel, it's absolutely awful. Hey, Tina Mays. Okay, it's 87 minutes long. I'm definitely going to have to break that up. And where can I watch it? Isn't it on Netflix? Joe, I will just try to watch little pieces of it at night. That's really the only time I am. Hey, Ghostwriter, aspire to inspire. I know. I miss Nancy too, Rain. I'm happy to see her. What's wrong with the shade of your lip stain? What does that mean? It didn't say on the bottle what was wrong with it. Jamie Palmer, it's number 88. Okay, good. It's on Amazon Prime. Nice for you, Erica. Oh, it sucks that it's pouring though. Matt's mom. What was I just saying? Joe, it's weird. My days lately, I have to really structure my days. Like I now when I talk on the phone with people, I scheduled a phone call for today that I took. I had to schedule a phone call for Thursday and I have a scheduled phone call for Friday. Like, thank you, my Danish friend. Hey, Jessica West, I'm just having to really, and it seems like I used to be busier in the evenings because I'd be on phone calls. Hey, little Mink, why are we discussing this? Who cares? No one cares. The point is, I find that if there's something I need to look at, if there's not like catching up on emails, for instance, I'm usually doing that till like 10, 11, 12, 1 in the morning now. So I'll have to do that and break it up and watch it like once I'm in bed kind of a thing. Oh, Jamie Palmer. It's number 88. It's the Sephora lip stain number 88. And it's like my new favorite color. It's a nice kind of like mixture. We've got some pink in there, but it's like a little aubergine. I'm into it. Yeah, I read it wrong, Shell. Joe, my point is I definitely want to make it a priority. It's just, it's something I'll have to do like after hours and break it up, but it sounds amazing, brother. And we're very proud of you. And we very, very much support that. I definitely support that. That's huge. It's a huge accomplishment. And I love that my people are incredibly accomplished. Incredibly. It makes me very proud to have friends like you, Joe. Like, it makes me feel cool by association, and I've never been cool. Like, I've never once been cool. So when I have, like, I was on the phone with a friend the other day, and she was like, "Hey, Martha Slemmer." I hope she's not watching. I'm sure she's not. She rarely watches, but she was like, she's going through some stuff. She's going through a similar breakup to my breakup, like very similar to like almost the same guy. You know, I didn't consider that. It might be the same guy. Now that I think about it, it's probably the same guy, and he just probably went by a different name, honestly. Hey, Sarah from Cali. Yeah, it rattled you. Sarah from Cali. I'm happy it's back for you, girl. Dawn, that sucks. Refresh your page, babe. Anyway, she's going through it like bad. She's going through a bad breakup. And she said to me, she was like, "This is ridiculous." I told her, I said, "Look, I expect this kind of breakup from me because I came from a cult. I'm not educated. Like, I don't know anything." But I was like, honestly disappointed in you. And she was like, "I know. I went to grad school." She was like, "I'm better than this." And I was like, "That's the truth. And I'm going to shame you about that." Honestly, like, this is a disappointment in all of us. We're all disappointed in you. I speak for everybody. And she laughed, and I laughed, and then we did a little crying. Hey, Raymond. Yes, this is very much a fact. Hey, Kaz. It's a joke, everybody. It was a joke. But no, really, truly, she's going through a really bad breakup. And I am disappointed in the facts of the relationship for both of us, honestly. Like, what were we doing? What were we thinking? Why were we thinking in that way? Like, why were we thinking that was going to work out? And she's like, "I don't know. I used to judge you about it, but now I judge me too." And I was like, "Yeah, and you went to grad school. Like, there's just no way around this." But I am impressed to have friends that are smart. Kiki, welcome. Joe, Reese has this ongoing issue where she cannot just sit down and watch TV or a movie. I think it's leftover Scientology programming where if she sits down and watches, it will mean she's wasting her time, probably, or wasted time. Hey, Linda McMillan, it's the truth. I don't feel like I'm wasting time, but Raymond is 100% correct about that. I cannot tell you how many movies Raymond has sent me and said, "Will you please watch this?" And I say, no, like, I don't have time. I don't do movies. We don't do TV or movies in this house. Huxley's the same way. We just don't. Hey, Laura Lou. And I know for a fact for me, it's a Scientology thing. Like, it's absolutely a Scientology thing. No question. It just doesn't feel productive. And I also don't sit still. This is the only time when I'm streaming is when I sit still. But even you can tell, like, my ADD, if that's what I have, is like, bup, 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 bup. That's probably why I'm good at this, because I can keep things up and talk. Well, hello, Tony's Hooter. Look at how cute she is, just saying hi. She's a cute little bird. She's really a cute little bird. I don't think you guys realize how cute Tony's Hooter is. But Tony's Hooter is cute. Her Hooter is really cute. Viggy Cats, you didn't miss anything. I'm living for the severity of those glasses. I think you may end up with a buff neck. Oh, they're actually really lightweight. Nobody likes these. People either love these or they hate these. The last time I wore these, hey, Vicky Andrews, the last time I wore these, somebody reached out specifically and said, "I hate those glasses on you, by the way." And I wrote back, "Thank you." And they wrote back, "Just my opinion." And I said, "No, thank you. I care." Certainly. Yeah. Thank you guys for liking these glasses, but these glasses seem to anger people. Like, I definitely feel as though I don't know if it's like, have you seen Uncle Buck where he's like, "Is it the hat?" The hat angers people. I think these glasses really piss people off. And a lot of people are already pissed at me. Like, they're already angry with me. So I think when I put these on, it like builds to a whole new seventh circle of hell for them. They're just like, their heads explode. They get so mad. Wow. Thank you, Lumen. A lot of people seem to like them. Not in the love pile, says Yorkie Mom. Thank you, Pam. I like the way you put that. Sexy secretary. Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's the good news. I like them. And lately I've been doing this thing where I just kind of do my own thing. I know it's crazy. I know it's weird. I know it's unheard of in a lot of ways, especially coming from me. Yeah, party on, Garth. That's what these look like. I look like Garth. That's who I look like. But lately it's weird. I've been doing this weird thing where I kind of just do my own thing and don't listen to other people. And it's new. I love them without the eyeshadow. Okay, Ewa, I'll take that into consideration. Thank you so much. So strange. I would never reach out to someone to tell them I don't like their fashion choices. As much as I'm into fashion, I don't do it either. Reese, Joe calls me Garth all the time. I bet he does, Rain. I believe that. I know Joe's style. You're wild. What a concept to do your own thing, Stella. I know. It's pretty unheard of. You're taking your power back. Matt's mom, we're doing it together, girl. We're doing it together. They're bold and really go with your blonde hair. Thank you, Erica. They are extremely bold. Here's the thing. Deborah Ricci. This is not an everyday pair of glasses. I would never buy these. If I only had one pair of glasses, I would not get these. I like the red ones too, Yorkie Mom. I would not pick this pair if this was going to be my everyday pair of glasses. They're way too heavy, and I don't mean weight, just heavy for my face. They're really, really bold. However, they do have a place just like everybody else. So we're going to let them do their thing. Thank you, Yvonne. They make you look intelligent. Do they raise my IQ a little bit? I like that, Wendy. Do they? Did my IQ go up a couple of points with these? I didn't think of that. I bet you if I threw a blazer on, they'd really make me look smart. Smarter than I truly am. Black looks so good on blondes, Claire says. Am I wearing regular vision or progressives? No. I'm not in progressives yet. Not yet. I'm only 40. Let's calm down, Sabine. Let's calm down. Typically around 45. I look like an attorney, says Shell. I like that. How many pairs of glasses do I have? 75 maybe. Might be a little more than that. I don't wear hardly any of those. Here's the thing. I worked for ophthalmologists for 12 years. So I have a ton of glasses I don't wear. I've donated a ton to the Lions Club. I need to take more to the Lions Club. But no, these are just single vision, Sabine. But I still have a friend in Kansas City who sends me frames. She's a frame rep and she sends me frames. So I put lenses in them. I still get frames from like eBay. And then I just use my frames that I've had forever. So I've collected a lot of glasses in those 12 years of working for ophthalmologists. I got a lot of free pairs of frames. I know people love to make fun of that, and I love that they love it. To be honest, you have to have a goal. You have to have some kind of a hobby, and I love that that's become their hobby. Thank you so much, son. Yeah, 45-ish is when you get your first pair of progressives, typically. Well, look who it is. Hey, Saved by Grace. You just climb up there, girl. That's our little emotional support, Potato. Oh, kid. She's cuddly. She's just purring away. Kid. It took me quite a long time to develop a voice. And now that I have it, I'm not going to be silent. I love that. Madeline Albright, a quote to live by. Well, that's what we're going to talk about. Saved by Grace. That's what I want to talk about. I love that. I love that so much. And thank you for your super chat. That's very meaningful. Dotsy, I was almost on time. Damn the man. Save the empire. Damn the man, Joe. Damn the man. I kind of have a crush on Lucas in Empire Records. I don't know why. He's not my type, but I kind of like his style. I like the way he talks. He's like, "What's with you today? Why are you acting like the guy from what does he say? What's with you today? Why are you acting like the guy from The Karate Kid?" And he's like, "What's with today? Today." I love that movie so much. Hey, Jellycats. What were we talking about? What's my Instagram? I think it's Reese0708. I think. I honestly don't get on there very often. Kid, what are you doing? What have you thought about today? What kind of goals do you have for the day? Oh my God. I love that fatty pouch. Look at this tummy pouch. You can't tell us apart. That's a lot of tummy, girl. That's a lot of extra. That's a lot of potatoes. Potatoes, squeeze you. Chubby, chubby thing. Chubby. See you later. All right, then. That's amazing, Cliff Ann. I'm kind of surprised you got an optical to do that. Your great grandma's 1880s gold rim round glasses had lenses put in. I would think that would be tough to find a place to put lenses in. Good for you. Oh, thanks, Kathy Ann, for finding my Instagram. Hey, Annette Faber. Yeah, Charcoal Ninja. I love it. Hey, Matt's mom. Just bought a real nice pair of sunglasses. Can I get them made into a prescription and keep the same color lens? Unfortunately, no. Here's the thing. Yes, you can absolutely get prescription lenses put in pretty much at any lab, any optical. They can't always match the color though. So it depends on where the no, they can't always match the color. That's the problem. So like if you, let's say you bought a pair of cool Oakleys or not Oakleys, Ray-Bans. Ray-Bans have like their own lens color and all that. You can't match it. But I say that I haven't been in the field for a long time. Maybe there's some advances I don't know about, but typically no. Like I took a pair of sunglasses and had them made at Costco a couple years ago, and I hate them. I pretty sure actually I donated that pair to the Lions Club, because no, they can't match the tint of what you're looking for. Hey, Gloria. Speaking of the Lions Club, guys, if you have old glasses you don't wear anymore, I don't know if you know that's a thing. Most opticals will take those and donate them. Elizabeth Fraser, it's really important because they can reuse those lenses and prescriptions to get close for people in need. And I have given a lot of glasses and lenses to the Lions Club. They do a good thing. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Geoplanet Jane, it does depend on that too. They are Chanel and the lenses are like an ombre, which nope. I would not plan on, unless you go to a really high-end optical, like a boutique optical that's going to charge a ton. They might be able to do something fancy, but no, I wouldn't count on it. Hey, Katie did it. Yeah, Maui gyms are nice, Meredith Lynn. I'm sorry to hear that, Jellycats. Yeah, the beauty of cataract surgery. Yeah, that's right, Wanda. Cataract surgery is incredible. Do you go to a Lions Club or is it a special day to donate? So in Kansas City, where I donated mine, yep, there you go. I was just going to say Costco takes it too. There's a box at every Costco for donations. Thank you, Erica. Costco will take them. And almost all opticals will take them, like local one owner opticals also have a box where you can donate glasses and they'll take them and donate them for you. Your Costco doesn't do it? Huh. That's weird. Mine does. There's definitely a box at my Costco because I have a few pairs that I need to take in next time I do glasses, Courtney G. But yeah, typically Costco will take them as well. I just really like that because lenses are expensive. Thank you, Sassy Savage. 2 days in a row. Costco's a great place to get your glasses. Also, Costco, I'm going to just switch to Costco for my eye doctor. I prefer Costco exams because they're way cheaper than going to a regular optometrist or ophthalmologist. They're a lot cheaper because they're just a flat fee. And I wear contacts, so they like to really rack up the charges with contact lens fittings, which are stupid. I'm not going to get into that, honestly. I don't want to tear anything down, but that's my opinion from working in the field. Why do the lions want the glasses? Because it helps. Some lions have a hard time seeing, Ray. Weirdly, our US bank has a box at the front to donate glasses. Well, that's something they believe in, and I believe in it too. I think that's awesome. There you go, Vicki Andrews. Yeah, it's something to think about. A lot of people don't know that. And over the years, I have always donated I also have a crazy prescription. I have had 2 eye surgeries. You guys don't know that about me. I had 2 eye surgeries, not LASIK, because I had way too much astigmatism. I had an incredibly painful, more painful than anything I think I've ever experienced, eye surgeries. You're not supposed to do it twice, but I worked for the surgeon and he did it for me a second time because the prescription didn't take the first time. But it was incredibly painful, incredibly painful. Like, I think that was the only time I took hydrocodone and it didn't even touch the pain of the corneas. It was horrible. Hey, pepperoni nips. No, it doesn't, Elizabeth Fraser. It's lame. Hey, sweet Liberty, good to see you. Yeah, Buffy Summers, same. I had a really, really, really bad prescription. I had a lot of astigmatism. There you go, Martha Slemmer. Good for you, Joe Virus. That's awesome. I love that, Jellycats. Shoes for orphans. It's important to donate stuff if you can. If you can't give money, it's important to donate stuff. It really is. Yeah, the Lions Club are great. It's a great foundation, Wanda. So, let's have a chat. I just want to have a simple chat today. I had therapy today, which was really nice. It was unexpected. He had some availability this week, and he told me about it, and I said, I'll take a session with you. And I love that, Deborah Ricci. Your adopted little sister and brother are both legally blind, and the Lions Club has done so much to help. Hey, Renee B. Sassy, what do you mean? What blanket? Which one? I don't know what that means, Sassy Savage. Hey, Muffet Lou. Welcome in, Cindy. Interesting thoughts today in therapy. Interesting thoughts. And I have, bracelets. Yeah. I had these made. There's a company in California. I have these made. I've probably got like 5 or 6 of them now. And I just think of words that I want. This one says good luck. The other one I had made said Godspeed, but I'm not wearing it. And Colty. See that? Colty. I just had that one made, Colty. This is a horseshoe. We know that horseshoes mean a lot to me for whatever reason. Pepperoni Nips, RX or LASIK? What do you mean? I had a surgery called PRK. I didn't have LASIK. I wasn't a candidate for LASIK. And then I just have my little weird green smiley face. Guys, I like to stack bracelets. Oh, I didn't have RK. My mom had RK, actually, Pepperoni Nips. This was a little more advanced than RK. I had PRK. And I have to say, it was absolutely the most painful thing I've ever done. And I can't believe I did it twice. I can't believe I did it twice. They burn your cornea off is what they do. They kind of burn the cornea off, and then it looks like you're scraping ice off of a windshield. I assisted in that surgery, and that's what the doctor always said. He said, it looks like you're scraping ice off of a windshield. So they scrape the cornea off, which makes it much thinner. So it's not as thick as it used to be. And then they use a laser once they get through the cornea. That's why you're not supposed to do it more than once, because it makes the cornea so thin. So once I did it again, that was an absolute mistake, because I have permanently really, really thin corneas now. So if I get like an eyelash in my eye, it hurts so bad, because I'm way more highly sensitive now because they tore my cornea off twice. And it's supposed to grow back, but doing it more than once, it makes it thinner, and then it made it thinner again. Do I have dry eyes? It's beyond dry eyes. I have lag ophthalmos. That's a condition that I have where I don't ever fully close my eyes. So I have had to tape my eyelids shut at night. I use tape. I also have worn goggles that create a moisture chamber that are really tight. This is why I'm always dating, because it's super sexy. Hey, Janet. And I have to use drops constantly, especially at nighttime, because that's when my eyes, I don't fully close my eyes. They've done all kinds of testing on that. It's just it's called lag ophthalmos. It's nothing that crazy. It's not like I'm unusual, but I don't fully close. So there's always a gap open. So if I have a bad dream, or if a loud noise wakes me up and I don't have eye tape on, if I'm not wearing my goggles, which I hardly ever do either one. If I go like that really fast, or if I squinch my eyes, they're totally dried out at the time. So if I open real fast or if I scrunch, my corneas tear and it hurts so bad. And it probably happens at least once a week for me. I use ointment. I've used it all. I use drops. I have to keep, hey, Sandy, Wendy, I have to keep drops. You can ask any man I've ever been with. I have to keep like at least 4 bottles of drops in my bed. So I keep like 2 under one pillow, 2 under the other pillow. And I have to do this at night to find them. And I'm like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz because I can't open my eyes. I literally can't open my eyes. That's the one thing I can't. It's like having, I have to have that, like I have to have air. Like every guy I've been with, I'm like, I can't find my drops. I can't find my drops. I start panicking because I'm like, I can't even move. You know how you can move your eyes from one side to the other with them closed? If I do that, they'll tear. It's really a thing and it's really painful. It's incredibly painful to tear your cornea like that. And I've done it ever since I had that surgery in 2004, something like that. I had it that long ago and it sucks. It's a real bummer. Now you can have surgery to fix lag ophthalmos. They put weights in your eyelids. They implant weights so that they will fully close. And I was a candidate for that. And I worked for the guy. So he was willing to do it. But I was like, no, nope, I don't want to do that. I'll just drops in the rest of my life. But it's caused what's called corneal erosion. So like it's caused scar tissue because I constantly tear my corneas. It's wild. It's a whole thing. I've never talked about that. But yeah, it's a problem. Nighttime is a problem for me. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I just have extreme dryness. And that's one of the reasons I am not a candidate for contacts. I rarely wear them. And when I do, I can't do more than about 5 hours because they dry out so bad because I can't ever fully close my eyes. Hey, old Charlie. Anyway, that's a whole thing. Neither here nor there. I'm sorry to hear that, Raymond. It's not that big of a deal. I've lived with it forever. I don't even think about it, but it's a bummer. I want to talk about, there's something specific I want to talk about today. I want to discuss, first of all, my therapy session a little bit, but it has everything to do with yesterday. And I feel like the end of yesterday's stream, the beginning to the mid part of yesterday's stream was useless, in my opinion. It was stupid. We were just rolling with the punches. I really didn't have much to say. But yesterday at the end of that stream, like the last 30 minutes to 40 minutes, rocked my world. And I am glad it just came out so organically. It came out and I feel like I can't put it back in. I've been thinking about it ever since. I know that a lot of people enjoyed it that were here in the live stream, but I talked about it in therapy and I want to continue. It's a good topic. It's really good content. And I want to continue to talk about it because I really enjoy getting your guys's, of course, feedback, opinions, point of view. So I caught my therapist up on what happened at the restaurant on Saturday. I didn't even know any of that happened. I didn't talk to him about that guy, the first encounter. So I think I must sometimes, hey, Mountain Girl, good to see you, babe. Sometimes I talk about stuff here that I think I told my therapist. So then like today I went to tell him about it and he was like, you didn't tell me any of this. And I was like, oh, I must have just talked about it on my channel. Do you guys ever do that? Like, I'll do that with a friend where I'm like, I told you all this. And she's like, I ended up telling my other friend or something like that. I don't know. I get them confused. Your vitreous keeps breaking away because I'm old and the dilation drops alone really bother me during exams. I pray I never need any kind of surgery because I'm hypersensitive. Yeah, that's a normal thing for your vitreous to be breaking away. I have all kinds of, if you look at a white back wall or like a white piece of paper, you'll see floaters. That's all that is. I mean, there's nothing they can do about it. You can't keep it from breaking away. And it's just common. It's normal as you get older, just like cataracts. Cataracts are inevitable. They're like gray hair. Cataracts are going to happen. But I'm sorry to hear that anyway, babe. It's a bummer. I have a lot of vitreal fluid floaters as well because of how bad my prescription was. So the worse your prescription, the more nearsighted you are, the longer your retina is, which makes you more at risk for detachment. Yeah, I shocked my group last night saying something I thought I had already shared. Wanda, I've been guilty of this a lot lately. I'm like, I told you that. And they're like, no, you didn't. Yeah, I relate to that, not remembering who I told what. Exactly, Kazri. Um, but the last 40 or so minutes of last night's stream was incredibly powerful for all of us. Hey, Peggy Collins, it was really powerful for me. Lasers won't deal with floaters. Don Davies, floaters are kind of a permanent thing. I mean, it just is what it is. Sorry to hear that though, guys. Floaters are incredibly annoying. I can't stand them. It was Katie did it. It really was. And hey, Marie Murphy. So in therapy today, I told my therapist about Margie Barr. Welcome. I told the therapist about what had happened in the restaurant on Saturday. And yeah, Sandy Wandy, eye health is very interesting. I don't ever talk about it because I haven't been in the field for a long time, but I was very good at what I did. I loved being a technician for ophthalmologists. I loved refracting people. I felt like I got very good at it. I trained under some incredible ophthalmologists, one in particular. She was so smart. She was an amazing surgeon, and I was her favorite. Like I was like her right hand on things, and she spent so much time training me. I spent years and years. You guys know which is clearer, 1 or 2. That's the phoropter. So you put the phoropter up to your face and you refract. That's an absolute science, and you shouldn't let just anyone do it. Like I've had some people who have only been doing it for like a year, and hey, Wendy Moore, hey, Frenchie Fab. It's a whole thing. We don't have to go down that rabbit hole, but it's very important. Like eye health is very important, but the refraction itself, especially if you're in a progressive, or especially if you are a person who eats minus, is what I call it. So like if I go 1 or 2, which is clearer, they go 2, and I go 3 or 4, which is better, and they go 4, you're eating minus. You're just wanting it to get sharper, but what's happening is it's just getting smaller and darker. Remember that when you have an eye exam. Hey, Nettles, try to remember, is it clearer, or are they about the same? Because people will eat minus, they'll keep going, and then you have a huge jump in your prescription, but you really didn't because the technician who's doing the refraction isn't as good at it. And so she really taught me that. It was really important to know when people are just eating minus, they just want to keep going because it feels like it's sharper. Anyway, it's a whole interesting thing. Sometimes I kind of miss that field. Hey, Jana Hertzberg, I loved fitting people in progressives. I loved figuring out people's where they need with their ad power, with their near vision, figuring out people's intermediate vision with computer distance. I was very interested in eye health. I was very interested in that, and I really loved it. And that doctor, hey, Georgia Burke, that I am confident in my ability to refract a person right here, right now. I am really good at doing a refraction on you if you ever need it. Yes, Kazri, I'm going to recap the last 40 minutes of yesterday's stream. I'd love to. That's what I want to talk about today. Sorry, I keep going back into ophthalmology. It was a cool field. The reason I'm not interested in it anymore, yeah, I've noticed that. It's like it's not really clearer. That's why it's very important to say, do you like 1 or 2 better? And I would always say, or are they about the same? Because you don't give somebody that option, then they feel like they have to pick one. And they go, oh, can I see 1 again? Can I see 2 again? And they start like freaking out about it. Or are they about the same? It's important to go, they're about the same. Whenever somebody refracts me, I do not, I know what they're doing, but I don't eat minus because I go, no, it's about the same. Like, I don't want my script to change a lot. Yeah, it gives you paranoia, Kathy Ann. People go, can I see 1 again? Can I see 2 again? They start panicking. And I go, it's okay. Are they about the same? It's okay if they're about the same. Yeah, it's really, you want to be careful with who refracts you, who does your refraction. It's really important. It's really important because if you get a bad prescription, those are your eyes. So if they overpower you, then you're kind of your eyes are working harder than they should. Tracy, I look slim today. Did I forget to eat? No, no, I already ate today, actually. But thank you for saying that. Yeah, Buffy. And if it looks the same, it's important to say it looks the same to me. And the other thing is, if any of you are diabetic, man, you need to be dilated. You need to be dilated. I've had a lot of doctors that I've gone for exams and I go, I'm diabetic. And they go, oh, that's fine. We can just take pictures of your eyes for an extra $45. And I go, oh, I don't want pictures. I want to be dilated. And they go, well, the pictures are the same. They're not the same. It's absolutely not the same thing. Looking at a photo of the back of your eye is nowhere near the same when an eye is dilated and you're looking at it in real time and they're looking through their lens. And you know how they hold, well, you probably don't because you guys don't get dilated, but they'll hold a really super magnifying lens and they'll go, all right, look to the left. Good. Look to the right. And they're looking all around in your eye. That's important, guys. It's important. I prefer to be dilated myself. Even if I wasn't diabetic, those pictures are not the same thing. They don't do the same thing. A picture is not going to be the same thing as in real time. Why are we talking about this? We're losing the crowd here. Okay. Somebody's got to save it. We're losing the audience. If people don't want to be dilated, it's not that big of a deal, guys. A dilation lasts like 6 hours. They usually don't use the strongest drops. Most places don't. So it just kind of half dilates you anyway. It's not a big deal. I love people who are like, I'm going to need a driver. You don't need, you can see just fine. Actually, a dilation is going to affect your near vision way more than it's going to affect your distance vision. You're going to be super light sensitive. Bring some sunglasses. They can give you the pair that the old people wear, whatever works for you. Katie did it, needs to go to the eye doctor now. Eye health is really important, especially if you have health issues. Do you know how many times, this is so depressing, by the way. I think about this when you get a breast exam and they find something. Can you imagine being the doctor that finds something that needs to tell you they found something? I'm sure it happens all the time. Same thing happens when you get dilated. Do you know how many women, especially, and I don't know why women, but in my 12 years of doing, being a tech for ophthalmologists, do you know how many times women have been dilated and they can see something like a tumor? I've had at least probably 3 to 4 times where they were dilated and they saw something. Bye, Dawn. I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm sure it's a low percentage, but the point is eye health, getting your eyes checked is really important. It's really important. So they can see things that you may not know are there. Kestrel, well, yeah, if you're really light skinned, you could be more light sensitive. Hey, Corvette 7. Thank you so much for talking about, okay, Dawn. Hey, Sophia, thank you so much for talking about the eye stuff. I have an eye appointment in a week, and I know they're going to want me to switch to bifocals or progressives. I've been pushing back on that. Well, that's up to you. That's entirely up to you. So don't let them push you if you don't want to do it. There's other alternatives. Do you wear contacts? You could try a monovision situation. A lot of people like monovision, where you put in one, like just one lens for distance or near, and then you have one distance, one near eye. That can be really helpful. You can take your glasses off and wear readers. Don't do it if you don't want to do it. Good for you, Renee L. Anyway, Buffy's like, so is therapy. This is boring as hell. Let's move on. I get it. We're losing the crowd. My mom found out, hey, just as I am. Your mom found out she was having a stroke while she was at the eye doctor. It happens. It absolutely happens. Oh, you wear prism in your lenses? Then yeah, you can't do contacts if you have prism. I understand. Prism's tricky. Prism is not something I specialize in. That's really hard. Typically, the doctor has to work with somebody who needs prism. I can't do that. It's above my pay grade. I didn't go to school for that. Yeah, the new progressives are great. You just have to get used to them. And what I'm told is you use your chin. Is it your chin or your nose to point what it is that you're looking at? You have to give it time. Oh, thanks, Muffet Lou. I asked everybody about this eyeshadow in the beginning if we like it. I'm happy to hear that, Sandra. I couldn't handle monovision. Some people's brains can't adjust to monovision. It usually takes 3 days. I just came for the eye talk. I love that, PRF. That's fantastic. I am in no way. It's not Jade, Connie B. I thought it was Jade too. This is what's the other one that starts with like a CH? You have a prism because you're TBI, Katie Smith. I am no way an expert I'm not a doctor and I'm not an expert on eye stuff. Like other people are going to be better at it than me. It's just something I really loved. I loved working for ophthalmologists. I don't think I would go back to it because no. Starts with a CH, I think. Chalcedony. Yes, Chalcedony. Yes. Yes, you do, Sophia. That's awesome. I wouldn't go back to it because the thing I didn't like about working in that field was some doctors are really hard to work for. And it just depends on who you get that day. I mean, I've worked in practices where there were 15, 20 doctors, and I don't love that. I mean, I worked in a practice that had, I mean, there was like 8 or 9 of them in Kansas City, and they had hundreds of ophthalmologists and optometrists. But it just sucks. It depends on who you get. And some doctors really treat people poorly, like the people who work with them. And I didn't love that. I was lucky in that I was assigned, like, I enjoyed what I did so much that most places I was at, the doctor was like, I want Reese with me today. You know, I have the same communication skills that I had then. And I love talking. I love talking to the patients. The doctor loves that because they just do their job and leave. And then I can educate the patient. And I really like explaining things to people in detail and all of that. So it was pretty cool. Buffy's like, Reese, can we get off the eye talk, please? Look at her trying to be all nice about it. What did the therapist say? Let's switch over. Buffy's right. Yeah, I love fire opals. Yeah, Connie B, I agree. So, no, it was malachite, Muffet Lou. Yesterday was malachite. Zeno, you need to get that checked out. The point is, to what my therapist said, I love that, Wanda. The point is about what my therapist said. I don't really need to get it would be rehashing all the same stuff you guys know. The thing is, I went into what we talked about at the end of yesterday. You're fine, Buffy. You're funny. Old Charlie. I told my therapist there's been a major shift for me. And there really has. There's been a major shift for me as far as like, I don't know if it's self-confidence. I don't know if it's that thing that Liz Trix said. She quoted it for us that day as far as I keep thinking about, and this has everything to do with Scientology for me. This is more of a Scientological thing, but what was it, Liz? It was something along the lines of, I can't remember. Something along the lines of, you're more powerful than you realize, and they fear the day that you figure it out. And I feel like all of us together are becoming more powerful. I'm not trying to sound lame here, but I am certainly feeling trifocals are not the same as progressives. Yes, they are. Trifocals are progressive is a no line trifocal. That's the difference. Trifocals have lines, bifocals have lines. Trifocals are lined. Progressives is a no line. So you got distance, intermediate, and near. Sorry. Yes, Liz, that was it. And it's true. I'm feeling a shift in my world lately. I'm feeling a shift. Hey, Tammy Kennelly. What I mean by that is I told my therapist, hey, Trixie, I told my therapist, it's so true. Cheryl Roberts, I'm coming into my own. With this particular incident that happened on Saturday with this guy, and this guy was in my face, right? Like he was kind of towering over me. And sure, at the time I was scared. I was uncomfortable. Of course, when somebody's in your personal space like that, like taking up all your personal space, that's uncomfortable for sure. And is it triggering for someone like me, especially because I've had a lot of men do that to me? Hey, Barbara Waite, absolutely. And my therapist was like, doing this like across the screen. I said it was very triggering because actually Jeff used to really do that to me. He'd get in my face and he would scream so hard that every time I'd have to clean my glasses, he'd spit all over my glasses. He'd scream and get in my face. So it was, I don't like to use the word triggering, but that's the only word I can think of right now. It was very triggering for me. Okay, great. So we see that, we acknowledge that. Yes, I agree with that, Kathy Ann. So Let's fast forward to what I told my therapist. And I said to him, the shift that I'm feeling the most is that guy in particular. I would have typically after, so the first incident with that guy, I started going down the list of what I did wrong. I'm like, I shouldn't have said that. He probably misread me because of that. I honestly, I should have probably been a little bit more respectful with, and honestly, I probably should have asked him. Like, that's what happens for me. That's my way of thinking every single time. Charlene, that's hilarious. That's what happens to me every single time. When something like that occurs, when anything occurs where it's not an optimum situation with another person, my thing is to go, I should have done this. I probably didn't handle it right. You guys, hey, Holiday, you guys have seen me do that. How many times have I made space, held space, but I don't do it for me? How many times have I put the other person, even though they were mean or attacking or not dangerous, but I mean, I guess maybe in that situation, it was kind of dangerous. How many times though have I done that where I'm like, well, to be fair, I shouldn't have. Now, that's not me escaping accountability here. And I told my therapist that you obviously there's a balance. You have to be able to own your side of what happened. But in this specific scenario, that guy fucked up. That's how I see that. That guy fucked up. There's no excuse, is what I'm getting at. There's no excuse for getting in my face. Original Ann, I'm so happy you're here. Thank you, babe. I love that for you, Original Ann. I'm glad you do. That guy, there's no excuses. I'm not going to make excuses for this situation. Hey, Mary Haynes. And that kind of set off a chain for me as far as like, so then I said to my therapist, I go, so there's no excuse for that fucking guy. You don't chase me into another room and I turn around and you're in my face, backing me literally into a corner. Not acceptable. Not okay. Red flags across the boards. Not cool. And I'm not going to make excuses for it. I'm not going to sit here and go, well, I probably shouldn't have. Well, nope. I'm not your mother. You should have better manners than that. That's not how you treat a total stranger. Let's move on from that story because that's not the point. The point is, then I'm cold. I'm going to put on my little jacket that I was wearing earlier. The point is, I don't know, Original Ann, but I'm not even going to spend any time on it. The point is, yeah, old Charlie. The point is, and then I said to my therapist, I said, and that goes for my dad. Why, hey, Lady O, why are we chasing that? Why are we chasing after that? Why am I trying to get answers out of somebody who intentionally harmed me? Who knew what they did at the time of doing it, who not only did that harm, but left it that way. You know what I mean? I'm 40 now. This happened when I was 16. Why am I giving that a second thought? When I have better things to do with my life, why am I trying to look in the rearview mirror and prove to people things that don't deserve any of my time? Does that make sense? So then I moved on from that. My therapist was like, nice. Because in the last few weeks, I've been like, I think I want to talk to my dad. I hope I run into my dad. Should I write my dad a letter? Should I try? Why am I doing that? To prove what? That I'm a good person, that I made it? Do I need to tell him that? He can tune into my YouTube show. Do I need to find him? Do I need to seek him out to tell him that? So what I'm saying is something really flipped a switch for me. Something really switched for me. And I don't feel that way anymore. And I don't think I'm going to change. No, Lumen. Hey, babe, new life plan. Mob wife. Cute, cute, cute. Catching up. F Gene Molly. I love when you just pop in and just give us your quick. I love this. It's so cute. Thank you. Thank you, Better Together. I love you. NLP. Stop chasing people who make no effort to be in your life. Why did it take me so long to realize that though, Shell? I'm glad we did. I'm not going to tear myself down. A question, Kathy N says, do you think it's at least partly because you had to apologize to every Scientologist and take blame for literally everything to get back right? I think that could be it. Yes, 100%. Yes. And now I'm finding out who I really am. And I'm finding out that all of that was a lie. And I'm also finding out that the bridge to total freedom might have had a few potholes. Okay. So yes, 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 yes. This is kind of mob wife now with the jacket. I feel like Tony Soprano with the gold chains. All right. Banging. You are more likely to trip and fall if you're looking backwards while walking forward. 100%. 100%. Yes. Because you were conditioned to make yourself small, but you get to own your space and be big. But Sophia, that's like in the last week, I'm starting to figure that out because you moved on, but never healed because Scientology didn't give you tools to heal. They don't want us to heal. They don't. I do, Original Ann. That's weird. I did not look at it that way until New Life Plan said it. Thank you, babe, for your super chats. Still chasing the snake that bit you. Absolutely. Original Ann, looking like a Sopranos character. I feel like Paulie or Silvio in this. Or even Ralphie. I feel like Ralphie, like we're going to go, do you guys remember that episode where Tony and Christopher killed Ralph and he's like in the bathtub and they're like cutting off his hands and feet? It's really gory. And Christopher's high on heroin, like badly high. And he grabs him by the hair and his toupee comes off and he goes, yeah, he like lets go of it. And Tony goes, you didn't know? He's like, you didn't know that was a toupee? And Christopher's like, no, I didn't know. And he goes, you're so high, you wouldn't know if he had your mother's muff on his head. And I laughed so hard when I first saw that. It was so funny. It was hilarious. But yeah, no, this is very Sopranos. Like you can't tell right now if I'm going to go jogging or I'm going to go murder somebody. It's very Sopranos. Thank you, Sherry Taylor. Looking for loser Wally is asking the snake why he bit you. 100%. And for some reason, I think because he's the original snake New Life Plan, I give him a lot of credit where credit is not due. Thank you again for your super chat, babe. Question, did he say why we blame ourselves? My therapist, did he say why? No, not really, not so much. I think as a matter of fact, today I didn't even hardly let him talk. I just I just say, you know me. I mean, I'm kind of chatty anyway, right? A thick Jersey accent. Yeah. I definitely fit in with the Sopranos crowd right now. And I am a little bit of a gangster. I'm not going to lie. I've got some gangster blood. I think when you're automatically born and raised a Scientologist, there's some gangster in you. I think so. Plus I'm Italian. It's hand in hand kind of a thing. Italian Scientologist. No, probably not. Did you struggle prior to deciding to go to therapy due to Scientology being against this type? Oh yeah. I talked about that yesterday. Yes. Very much so grateful. I struggled big time and really had a hard time accepting the fact that I need therapy because we're trained. Therapy is the worst possible thing you can do in Scientology. You're never allowed to even look in that direction. So much so that we signed something for CCHR. We sign a contract with CCHR, Citizens Commission on Human Rights, that if we are ever involuntarily put into a psychiatric hospital, we sign something in advance that CCHR can come get us out, that we do not give permission and CCHR can come get you. That's what CCHR is, Citizens Commission on Human Rights. That's part of what that foundation is. So we are so like set in psychiatry, psychology, all of that therapy being a big no-no. So yeah, for sure. I hope you are starting to see how amazingly fast you are catching up on being a non-Scientologist. It's astounding to watch, and I'm so proud of how far you've come. Liz, I love you. And you've been a huge part of it, Liz. You've been a huge part in getting me there. So thank you. And thank you for your super chat. Thank you for saying that. I don't know who you're talking to, Ray. First cut is the deepest. Yes, with my dad. She's right. Thank you again for your super chat. She's right. I think I've been giving a lot of credit to my father, way more credit to my dad than he ever deserved. And I'm starting to see also just it spilled over into Tommy, of course, and Jeff, because those are my most recent relationships. But it started with the guy Saturday and how fired up I got from that. Just how fired up I got from that. I thought, this isn't my fault. And I'm kind of done being like, like Kathy Ann said, like we are conditioned, we are trained, we are tested since birth, guys. We are trained since birth. And I'm not trying to sound dramatic by saying that, but for me, I have been trained from day one that anything, whether it's stubbing your toe, cutting your finger, diabetes, anything, a cold, cancer, whatever it may be, you pulled that in. It is your fault. If your house burned down, you would be on the cans getting a security check of some kind going, what did you do to pull that in? Let's get off your Overton withholds to find out why your house burned down. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm going to say something that's very, very, very shocking and upsetting, but it's too shock and upset you guys. Okay. Cause it just crossed my mind. I'm not going to go into this. It's very private. I lost a loved one due to unaliving. Okay. Non-Scientology situation, it's not a blood loved one. Okay. My Scientology mother-in-law said about the parent of that loved one. Now you have to remember these people have nothing to do with Scientology, nothing to do with Scientology. Okay. The Scientologist side of my family looked at that situation that was a non-Scientology situation and looked at the parent and said, well, what did he do to pull that in? Why did he have a kid that unalived himself? That's what she said to me. That's what she said to me. Why did he have a kid that committed suicide? Why did he pull in a kid like that? Why would you pull in a fucking malfunctioning being like that? That's how they look at it. It broke my heart. It really upset me at the time. This was probably 8 years ago. It set me on fire because that whole side of my family I love so much, so deeply. And the parents are good people. So that's how Scientologists view things, though. You have to look at it through that lens. It's hard to do if you're not a Scientologist. But her whole rationale was gross. Why would you have a kid that commits suicide? It's judgment. It's judgment. It's total judgment. It's horrible. And that's what happened. That's exactly what she said. There was no emotion in the voice. There was nothing to it other than, ew, get me out of here. Ugh. Yep. So when you are born into no sympathy, never. Sympathy is, I should get my Dianetics book out. Sympathy is a huge no-no in Scientology. It enables the reactive mind when you sympathize. That's why we don't say when someone dies, I'm sorry for your loss, because it offers sympathy and we're trained hardcore not to do that. Not in that case, Original Ann, no. I'm sorry. Rain Virus, I'm truly sorry. The anniversary of that loved one will be on Easter for me. So it's coming up. And someday I may share that story. It's tough for me to talk about. I can't get into that right now. There's just no way. But the judgment placed on that is unbelievable. So what was I getting at there? Being that way from birth, I'm now realizing That's the extreme I'm trying to explain to you. What did that person do to pull in such a disgusting human being? Ugh. Why did you pull in a kid that killed themselves? Why would you pull that in? So that's what we're trained to do. You look inward, you look internally. So it makes absolute sense that you're raising people with no self esteem, no ability to stand on their own, no solid foundation whatsoever, and no way of knowing who they truly are. Hey, Heather, did I say anything to Brenda about that? No, no. I was broken from that. I was broken when she said that to me. I had no words for her when she said that to me. And that's why when you guys ask me, do you think Brenda will ever leave? No. She drank the Kool-Aid more than anybody. Hey, Ty Mark. Brenda was more indoctrinated than I was. And I was born in, and she wasn't. Brenda joined Scientology in her 20s, maybe early 30s, probably 20s. So why is Gene Wally judged for losing all of his kids? Because he says that we are SPs. He was cutting out the cancer. His children were cancer. And people believe him because he's donated millions of dollars. That's how that works. If you've given millions of dollars, you get a pass. So the point is, and I know that's shocking and triggering and upsetting, and I'm sorry I shared that with you, but I had to because it really, I want you to put into perspective, yeah, the lack of compassion there and how much I'm trying to get it back. And I didn't lose my full compassion. I never felt a lot of the hardcore ways they felt. For instance, that example, when that unaliving took place, or if I knew someone that unalived themselves, I might have been a little bit unemotional about it. I might have been like, oh, bummer. But I never looked at the parent or the spouse. I never looked at the person closest and went, ew, why did you pull that in? I never thought like that. Now, I thought like that for me. If something happened to me, I was like, what did I do? What did I do? I still do that sometimes. If I'm getting sick, I immediately start thinking, what did I do? And then I'm like, stop. As horrible as it was for that dude to corner you, maybe it was a blessing in a weird way to get you that point, to bring you to this point and say, hell with that. I'm done making excuses. 100%. I'm happy for all of these shitty men in my life, Joanne Hawley. And thank you for your super chat. She's absolutely right. I said that in therapy today. I am grateful for Jeff Quibell and Tommy Scoville and Gene Wally because it took me a while, but here we are. And I've figured a lot of things out because of that. Even Scientology. It sucks that I would rather have not, right? I would rather have just not been born into Scientology, but there's nothing we can do about that. So at least, yes, all of these things that are happening are shaking something loose in my world. And I'm going, I feel like I'm waking up. I'm waking up and I'm seeing my worth more and more. And all of these people and this organization, this religion, they don't want you to see that. And I go back to, you are more powerful than you realize, and they're terrified for the day that you find that out. Now that I'm starting to see, like, I feel like the veil is being pulled back. It's kind of like when I discovered and felt a relationship with God not that long ago. I got the same impression. It was the same kind of message, which was, nice to meet you. I've known you your whole life, but you don't know me. I'm starting to feel that way about me. Like, I feel like I'm being introduced to myself finally, like, oh, I didn't know that about me. Like, dust that off. There I am. Like, I'm kind of discovering me. I'm like, oh, I'm stronger than I realize. Like, I don't have to back down. I don't have to be afraid. I'm not hurting anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody, but I don't want anybody to hurt me. And so therefore, I, from now on, will not allow you to. I will be standing up for myself, and I will be walking away from anyone who tries to harm me. And I will not waste any more tears or sadness moping around on people who tried to hurt me. Gene Wally, Jeff, Tommy, Mar Lugo. Thank you, Mar. Those people intentionally tried to hurt me. like really hurt me. And I let them hurt me. And I said this yesterday. I started an EST course in the 80s. Are you? No, I've never. EST. I have heard of it, but I don't know what it is. The EST standard training, 6 days, 60 hours. Okay, I remember Tommy talking about EST, but I'm not. Is it a religion? Was it like some kind of a cult? Thank you, Grateful. I don't know enough about it, but thank you for your super chat. Thank you, Dawn. You're still here. You're strong. You're just used to surviving. Thank you, Sophia. And that's what I realized yesterday. Sassy Savage, you're absolutely right. That's what I realized yesterday on the end of our stream was so important to me yesterday. Thank you, Holiday. I realized that, Pam, that's awesome. Thank you for sprinkling those around. That's so kind, Pam. Thank you, Kiki. Pam, that is really nice, babe. Thank you for that. I realized yesterday, I love you, Pam. I really do. Pam's a close friend of mine. Thank you. She always shakes me into, she's always full of common sense that it didn't cross my mind. Time Mark, I love that. I realized yesterday, and this is the powerful thing that I keep saying to myself, and I didn't bring this up in therapy, but I don't need to. Like, it's working for me. I don't know why. I've never had a mantra. I've never said anything like that, but it's another kind of almost powerful message that's bigger than me, that didn't come from me. But it's something I keep saying to myself lately. And I have been walking around, moping around, going, why did mommy do this to me? I really loved him. I did really love him. That's a fact. Yes, I really loved him. We really loved him. We all, most of us did. Not all of us, some of us. And I'm like, why did my dad do that? I really want a chance to talk to him. And I'm like, I wish I could get some closure from Jeff. No. And as far as the moping, like, I've been really mopey. I don't know if I've really put it through here. I probably have, but in my head, I felt very mopey. Hey, Mindy Doolin, like, just this, like, why did this happen? Why did he do that to me? I'm sure he has a new girlfriend. He's probably just like so happy and shiny and glamorous, and she's gorgeous and she has big boobs, like all this stupid shit that's been running through my head. Couple of things there. Like, even if that's true, who gives a shit? He hurt me. What are you doing? You're fantasizing, you're glamorizing, and you're putting shine on this. And I can't seem to shake it off. Like, I keep going in my head. I'm like, I can't shake it. I just can't shake it. It just hurt too bad. It's still too fresh. It's still too new. I can't. I just try, but I can't. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to take a shower. Like, I'm too depressed about everything that's happened to me. And the only message that I just keep getting lately, you have to. That's what I keep hearing in my head. You have to. There's no other option. You have to. Does that make sense? What is the alternative? What's the alternative? The alternative is staying in bed and believing that voice in my head. And here's the thing. We're going to tell each other, tell ourselves shit anyway. Does that make sense? I talk to myself all the time. I'm like, I should do that. I shouldn't do that. I should have said that. I got to do that. I got to make sure I put that. I talk to myself all day long. I'm constantly talking to myself. So I might as well say something that's motivating. And that's the message I keep getting. I'm going to talk to myself anyway. And what I've been saying to myself is, I can't. I just can't. He tore my heart out. It's going to be too hard. No one's going to love me. I'm too much for everybody. I'm too much. Tommy told me I was too much, and I know I'm too much, and it's just too much. You have to. Stop it. You have to. That's the message I keep telling myself. You have to. There is no alternative. Right, Drayson, it's the past and we can't change it and we can only work on today. But for whatever reason, that's not powerful enough for me. Something just like lit a spark as far as I'm making all of these men way too shiny. Hey, Sam, I'm making all of these situations way too glamorous. Even Jeff, who I don't really give a shit about anymore. I mean, I mean that in a nice way. Came out wrong. I mean, Jeff, who doesn't cross my mind much. Okay. Like Jeff, just I'm indifferent about, neither here nor there. But even Jeff, every once in a while, will float across my mind. And I'm like, he's everything. The point is, the message is everything's better without me. Everybody's doing better without me. I don't, I just bring bad shit to people's lives. I'm just this old shitty Scientologist that has fucked around and fumbled too much, and I've hurt people, and I don't know who I am because I've used my training, and my training has damaged so much, and I'm always going to be too much, and the real world can't, like, blah 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 blah, like just tear down, just keep tearing it down. No, I have to move forward. I have goals. Whether I find a future partner or not, who gives a shit? That's not the goal. That's not the point. The point is, I want to do big things. Whether I have somebody's hand to hold through that or not doesn't really matter. I'm not too much for anybody. I'm just not. You have to. That's just the message I keep getting. I don't give a shit about you, but in a kind way, Time Mark, in a kind way. I don't care about you. And Erica, the biggest, most important thing here is that message. Outshine. You have to outshine it. Everybody's been through something terrible. We've all been through some kind of an abusive situation or situations or trauma. Yes, Deborah Rigi, lots of trauma. What do we do about it? Lay down and die? Get to a point where I can't get out of bed? Not put one foot in front of the other and enjoy and be grateful as hell for my life that I have right now, which is amazing. I love my life. But I'm too busy being sad and mopey about what people did to me in the past. They know what they did. They did what they did intentionally, just like me. When I hurt people, I do it intentionally. I know what I'm doing when I've hurt people. I'm aware when I hurt people. I don't look back and go, oops, sorry I hurt you. Fuck that. I know I hurt people. I'm well aware of what I've done. I'm well aware of the damage I've done. I've tried to own up for that. I've apologized to people. And I'm not talking about current people on YouTube. I'm talking about in the past in general. And so these guys, these people, Scientologists, ex-boyfriends, ex-husbands, they all know what they did. They're well aware of what they did. What am I supposed to do with that? Carry it around for you? Carry it around and regret that you did what you did when I can't control what you did in the first place? I can't control what the fuck you did to me. You did to me willingly what you did. I can control what I do about it now. And the point is, I have to get up. I have to push it out of my mind and go, those people fucking suck. They're awful. They're low quality. They're low class. They're just very low quality human beings that are not interested in getting better. They're not interested in growing. They're always going to be that way. Gee, I really miss that. They're going to bleed on all new people. Not for me. I'm better than that. And now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. Hey, Nancy's still here. Reese, let's see. The way out is the way through. And as you continue to move through, these individuals won't carry the same weight. That's right. She's right. You won't get truth from them. They're in their own mind prisons. You are breaking free. This is exactly, she said in 3 sentences, what I'm trying to say. We are now free from the jail of their mind. I'm free from the prison of these guys' minds. From Scientology, I'm free from it. Why in the hell am I still letting myself be chained down by those concepts, memories, mistakes, why am I feel like there's somebody pulling me constantly, like pulling me down. And I'm like, what, just let go. Just let go. I don't need to carry that weight. I know. Lumen says it's all you've known, Reese. You're right. But for whatever reason, I'm 2 years out and I'm just now realizing this stuff. I'm just now realizing 2 years later, for why now? I don't know. But it doesn't matter. I would rather it happen now than 10 years from now. I'm happy to know the things that I'm learning now. And what I'm learning is I don't know myself. I don't know what I like. I don't know what kind of a person I am. I know some basic things though. I know I don't want to cause harm. I don't want to fight anybody. People bait me, people poke at me. They want me to fight them. I won't do it. I won't take that bait because unfortunately, these are non-Scientologists and they don't realize what they're messing with as far as all the fighting that I did for 38 years. This is nothing. It's mild. It's weak. I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in fighting anybody anymore. I'm not interested in having to defend myself. I just want to work on me. And if I'm too much for you or you don't like me, go the fuck away. I mean, I can't help you with that. There's nothing I can do to work on that, work through that with you. Thank you, Miss Sassafras. It's a great point, Sophia. Because you processed enough to face it now. She's right. That's true. That's why it took 2 years. She's right. Because I've had to stack everything up and now I'm finally looking at it. You have to process it. You're right. You have to process it first. You're not going to see it right away until you process it. She's right. 2 years, normal folks often go decades. You evolve in warp speeds and communicate your process so well. It's always inspiring. Well, thank you so much, Anne. I think that's because of I process really well via talking, right? Talking through things. And I think that's why YouTube is so helpful for me. And that's why I'm so grateful that 400 people show up to listen to that and work through it with me and see things that they need to work on and see things that they've been working on. It helps me so much when you guys heal as much. I feel like I heal faster when you heal. It's a weird concept, but it's the truth. Yeah, our chat, I agree with this so much, Shell. The whole chat are such amazing philosophers. We have amazing people. Thank you, Drayston. I'm so happy the light bulbs are going on for you. They are. And it's not that I'm blaming. It's not that I'm trying to escape accountability. It's that it doesn't matter in the first place. Gene Wally, Jeff, and Tommy are behind us. Why do I keep looking back? Why do I keep turning around? Alana, you are seeing the light. It is blinding. Yes. Yes, old Charlie. Well, Wanda, not just let them, but these are all people we used to know. These are strangers. So of course we're going to let them. I don't give a shit what a stranger does or doesn't do. Strangers don't affect my daily life. This is why I think it's funny that people put out all these videos and, theatrics and deception on who I am and total strangers laughing at me, making fun of me. Who gives a shit? I don't know who you are. You think I'm going to go watch your shit? No, I don't care. You mean nothing to me. You mean less than nothing to me. I don't care if you're alive. I don't care if you're dead. I'm very indifferent to everything. I don't know you. I don't know Tommy anymore. I don't know Jeff and I don't know Gene. It just doesn't matter. We don't even need to let them because they don't exist to me anymore. Does that make sense? That sounds harsh. I don't mean like, I don't care if you're dead. I mean, I won't know if you're dead. Let's put it that way. It's not that I don't care if you're dead. I won't know one way or the other. I don't know anything about you anymore. You're a total stranger to me. Hey, Cheryl Nasco. That may sound harsh, but I don't actually mean it harsh. I don't mean it to be harsh. I mean it in such a simple way. It's just, I see the equation so much more than I used to. Joanne, I feel like you had a divine intervention with yourself and finally the light shined through and you gave the insight to see your worth and you are worth so much. I feel that way too, Joanne. I'm not saying I suddenly have self-esteem and like I'm an amazing person. No. I still don't have very high. I've got a lot to work on. But I also know I'm not a terrible person. And I know I'm a worthy person. Like I'm a good friend. I know I'm a good friend. I know I make an amazing partner. I know that about me. Stop trying to downplay it. Stop trying to be like, well, no, you don't, because no, I do. I do. And those guys all know that. Right? So, yeah, Cheryl, I thought I'd put my hair down, but um don't look back. We're not going that way. I do give them grace, Vicky C. I've said this just recently. People who can't stand me, people who want to put out publicly all kinds of bad things about me, I do give them grace. There's room for everybody. And I believe that. I don't want to bully them out of here. I don't want to name them. I don't want to talk about them because they're well within their right to say what they want to say. But the thing is, they don't know me. They don't know me. So I don't go looking for it. I don't want to listen to someone who's an expert on me, but has never met me, doesn't know me, assumes, lies. I don't have any, I'm just not interested. I'm not mad about it. I don't feel one way or the other about it. You go right ahead because that's where you're at. That's where you're at in life. You're not interested in working on you. You're not interested in growing. You're not interested in being a better person. That's where you are at in your life. I am not there. I'm above that place. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to make hate videos about people. I don't want to make fun of people. I don't want to laugh at other people. Like that's just not where I'm more healed than that. Doesn't make me better than them. It just makes me I'm in a different playing field. I have bigger goals and I have more reach. I want to help people. Like I actually have like big goals to help people. Hey, randomly Tiffany. There's so much that I want to do. I don't have time to sulk down into the weird place of some stranger making a video about me because they're an expert on everything I do. That's insane. Say that out loud. Like next time you guys see a hate video on anybody, really question that. Do you know this person? Do you even know this person? You don't even know this person? Like, whoa. My attorney said that to me the other day. She goes, what did you just say? I was like, I think they're going to sue me. I called my attorney. And she goes, sue you for what? And I said, well, this, and this. I think I'm going to get sued finally, it's going to happen. And my attorney goes, Reese, she said, next time you think you're going to get sued, she goes, because you've asked me these questions before. She goes, I want you to do something. And I said, okay. And she goes, I want you to say it out loud and then listen to how fucking crazy it sounds. And I was like, really? And she goes, say it out loud. Say it out loud with me, what you just said. And I said, I think they're going to sue me because of this, and this. And she was like, and what kind of a lawsuit would that, like, that's a lawsuit? Does that sound like a lawsuit to you? And I said, could be. And she was like, no, I went to law school. That's not a lawsuit. And she was like, so next time, hey, sporty, she goes, next time you think you're going to get sued for something, she goes, I just asked that you do that. She goes, just say it out loud and just listen to how fucking insane it sounds. She was like, just say it out loud. She was like, it'll do the job for you. Just say it out loud. And I've been doing that now. I'm like, oh, that does sound nuts when you say it out loud. I initially followed you because I saw you with Tommy and was worried he was a narcissist. I can spot them a mile off and he was going to harm you. Wow, Sam. Thank you, Ellie. That's fascinating, Sam. And I'm glad that we got away, right? Baby steps. Hey, baby steps. Got here a few minutes ago, so I may be off, but God doesn't want this for you. The negative of the universe knows it is losing you. It is trying to hold on to you. It knows what a power for the light you will be. I love that. And I believe you. I believe you because I have things set into action and motion right now that are happening behind the scenes that no one knows about that I can't share right now. That are those very things. Like really, really good things are happening. And I'm excited about it. And I'm excited about the future. And I'm excited to take everybody with me. Like I'm just really excited about it. I know I'm set up for better things. That's not me saying I'm better. That's not me saying anything. That just means I have big goals. I don't have time to listen to strangers or people who type up hate about me, who've never met me. I mean, let them do it. I can't be a part of it. I got bigger shit to do. Do I think about suing these haters? Same concept. I never think about suing the haters, and I won't. I wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't waste my time. So, yeah, you're absolutely right, Shell. I know. Keep dancing in your magic. Baby steps. Thank you for your super chat, by the way. That was a powerful message. Yeah, so it's just it's all coming together for me, and it makes so much sense. Because that's the other thing. Follow my attorney's advice too. Say it out loud when you want it to make sense, and it does. It makes so much sense. We are more powerful than we realize, and they fear the day that we figure that out. A lot of like these shitty men who are stuck in their weird testosterone of like women should be a certain way and not have a voice. Nope. They fear the day that we get our voice. Cults like Scientology who want to keep you under their thumb and follow the rules and keep you boxed in as a little soldier, they're terrified for the day that you figure out you have power. So I think I'm realizing now more than ever, there's a lot of people out there that are really bad that don't want you to advance. They don't want to see you advance. They don't want to see you do well. They don't want to see you discover your power. And that's all this is. It's just a battle to me. It's like, oh, I see it. Yeah, Sam. Thank you, Sam. I see it now more than ever. I feel like I've zoomed out enough that I see the equation. I see the equation, and the whole equation, it's very simple. Misdirect, confuse, and cause mass chaos. And then just fill it with fill the holes with a bunch of lies and half truths. And you'll have people just splitting up left and right, dividing. You'll have people going, wait, what? That's the worst thing I've ever heard. She said that? Like, that's all you have to do if you want to like spark a fire of hate. Just create a lot of chaos, confusion, deception. Like, it's really easy. It's an easy equation. Anybody could do it. I'm not going to waste my time, and I'm not going to use my power for bad. That's all they're doing. They're using the little power that they have for bad because they don't want to look at themselves. God forbid. They don't want to work on them. It's easier to point the finger at how terrible of a person Reese is, how terrible of a person that is. Like, look what they're doing. Let's misdirect. That's all it is. It's such an easy equation. It really is to me. I'm like, oh, that's it? That's boring. And it doesn't grow. Like, it doesn't ever grow. Because hate isn't really, it's a long con, Lumen. It is. It's just smoke and fucking mirrors. That's all it is. It's so easy to look at. It's like, oh, they don't have any fucking power. That's it? That's what you got? Deception, theatrics, misdirection, chaos. Wow. That's fucking easy. That's like that movie that we talked about where, was it Salma Hayek? She said, breaking and hate is easy. Show me healing. Heal something. Like, that's powerful. Let me see you do that. Let me see you work on you. Let me see what you've accomplished in helping others. Knocking shit over and breaking people to the point of bullying and making them question everything. Wow, that's really powerful shit. It isn't. It's a simple equation, and any of us could do it if we wanted to. But most of us are above that and don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt people. I absolutely could. I've been trained to do that. I don't want to. I have no interest in hurting anybody. People are hurting enough too. That's the other thing I've learned through my YouTube channel. People are fucking broken. They're trying to just get through every day. People have suffered enough. They have warred with themselves. People war with themselves enough. I don't need to help. I don't need to assist in making anybody feel worse about themselves. It is a very basic format, old Charlie. It's a simple, simple equation. And so when you look at, hey, broken pencil, when you look at it like that, it's easy for me to just go, wait, that's it? That's it? That's what you're trying to, like, that's it? You're not getting anywhere. You're spinning your fucking wheels. It's not accomplishing anything. Of course, you're going to have people who hate me. There's a big crowd of people who hate me. They're going to stay in that they want to stay on that side of the fence. It's fine. We'll let them do that. But I don't see like the masses joining in on that, because most people in the real world want to work on bettering themselves, being better people, being a better version of themselves, reinventing themselves to be somebody that's worth a shit, to leave some kind of a legacy, to have some kind of a bigger goal. You got to have a bigger goal. These people don't have big goals. And it never really bothered me before, but it has bothered me. It has bothered me in the past. Lumen, yes. And so now I just keep getting the same message over and over of like, you have to. Thank you, Aileen. The days, hey, Starlena, the days where I'm like, I don't feel like it. I don't want to. I don't feel like it. I'm sad. I'm mopey. They're getting to me. He's getting to me. My breakup is getting to me. Why did he do that to me? Poke, 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 poke. You have to stop. Snap out of it. That shit's in the rear view. You have to. We're looking this way. What's the alternative? Sink down into it? Get back into bed? No. You have to. We just have bigger goals than this. There has to be something bigger than this. Than reflecting on the people that hurt us, reflecting on strangers that know nothing about me, but yet know everything about how I mother my child. Doesn't even make any fucking sense when you say it out loud. Be like my attorney and say it out loud. It's foolish. It makes no sense. None. How do you know? How are you an expert on me and you don't even know me? Hey, Teresa. Hey, Angel K. We are our own worst enemies too. Absolutely. It takes using the higher brain, Jellycats. And I'm not trying to make fun of other people here by saying that. There is room for people who want to hate me too. Let them do that shit. That's where they're at. I just don't have time. I'm not going to take the time. I have way too many things I want to accomplish. And I'm 40. I got to get going. I have things I want to do. Liz Tricks. God has big plans for you, my friend, and has been working on clearing your life so he can use you to make an amazing positive difference in their world. I hope that's true. I really hope for that. And if I can understand the concept of praying, I don't really use that word because I wasn't raised on it. I talk to God. I feel like my hair is trying to fluff it up, but it's not. No one look at it. Pay no attention. Thank you, Jen A. I talk to God. It's easier for me to talk to Fred, but I talk to God. And I definitely feel a connection there. I don't feel like I'm sitting there talking into the empty abyss. I feel like I am talking to another person, a large entity. God to me, when I talk to God, feels way huge. It feels like a big power source. And so thanks, Jenny. I know there's something there. I feel it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't feel it. Hey, Susan the Sage. Thank you, Susan. There's something. I feel it. I feel that powerhouse. I feel it. And it feels like all things that are good, if that makes sense. Like the energy and the flows that I get from God, I'm like, whoa, that's a powerhouse. Whatever that is, I feel it when I have conversations with God. I just don't know that I call it praying yet because I don't fully understand. Yeah, Martha, I don't fully understand. I don't know. I feel weird being like, I pray for that. I just right now it's just a conversation with God. And maybe that is prayer. Um, but I'm careful there too. Like I ask for peace, I ask for guidance, but I don't want to sit here and like ask for weird shit. Physical things. I feel weird about that. I don't feel like that's what God is here for, if that makes sense. Like I would never ask for money, right? Like I ask for a lot of peace. I talk about my channel and how much like it's inspired me and I'm passionate about it. And I hope that we can grow that. But like I don't feel like I would do that to a friend. And I consider God a friend at this point. I feel like I know him well enough that he's a friend of mine. And I know I'm a friend of his. So I feel like that would be abusive to be like, can I get this, and this here in my life physically? Like that's a weird thing. I wouldn't ask a friend of that. So I just ask for things that like would be gifts to me. And a gift to me is peace because my mind goes 100 miles an hour and I feel very not at peace sometimes. And I know what a gift peace is at this point in my life. Like I was so not at peace that peace is everything to me. I was so disturbed in my last two relationships that I'm so grateful now to be single. I know I joke about relationships and like the next guy. I am really loving this peaceful feeling that is just like gifted to me daily, not having to worry about some relationship that's not working that I'm trying to make work and fit and, you know, fucking referee. I'm not into that. I'm loving just the gift of peace every day. And I know that that's a gift from God. I ask for it and I swear to God, it happens. I love that, Reese. It's a good feeling knowing he's listening and in your corner. I definitely feel that way. I don't have the full concept yet because when I really kind of think about it, I'm like, why would God listen to me? There's billions and billions of people. Why would he be listening to me? But I've kind of taken that thought out of it. And I'm like, God isn't a person. So it's not like God is overwhelmed at the office. Like God has plenty of time to listen to me. That's how I look at that. Like that's why there is God. That's God's purpose. Like for us to have this open relationship and be able to have something bigger than all of us to talk to that brings us comfort and peace. And talking to God brings me peace and comfort. It really does. And there's so much confidentiality there. Like I can say anything I want to say, and I know that he knows who I am. I know that I'm not too much because I feel like I'm not too much with God. Why would I be too much with another man on this earth? For people I'm too much for, that's perfectly fine. They're just not my people. But God doesn't even think I'm too much. Like God finds me lovable. I know that. I feel that from God. God finds me lovable. I think God even thinks I'm funny. I do. I think God is like, I helped create that. Yeah. I knew you were going to be this way. And I also think of Fred. I think Fred is a great messenger and knows God really well. Fred knew God in his life, and I think he knows God better now. But I think Fred got such a kick out of me. I kind of feel like God has the same humor as Fred there. Like, she's a pistol. What are you gonna do with her? But like lovable. Does that sound stupid? Probably sounded really dumb. It's just it's a gift of peace. That's all I want. I just want peace. And I'm getting it. And I think that piece is starting to narrow down and hone in on, oh, we're not done with you. Like, we're going to give you peace, but that peace, you're going to discover through that peace your worth. You're going to discover that you don't have to put up with people who disturb your peace. I just realized that as I said it. That's the gift I've been praying for. And I realized that's why I had this epiphany of like my worth and how I don't have to put up with guys like at that restaurant, guys like Tommy, guys like my dad, guys that are in the rear view mirror. That's all the gift of peace. Putting them in the rear view mirror is the gift of peace. And that has made me narrow it down more to going, oh, those are peace disruptors. The people who bring all this hate into my life are peace disruptors. It is such a beautiful thing to go, I don't care about that. it makes me stand taller. It makes me stronger. That is that's a God thing. And that's really cool. Praying is just talking to God. Remember, He is your father. What a father is supposed to be. Yes, baby steps, and more than that to me. I don't think of God as a father yet. Thank you for your super chat. I don't know how I think of God. Right now, I think of God as a really close, hey, Moon Taxi, a really close friend that I can say anything to, that loves me, loves me, loves me. Hey, love it. I don't know if I think of God as a parent, like a father. I know that everybody says that. I have such a new relationship with God that I don't know where I stand yet on like how I feel about, like, it's like even praying. I'm not one to be like, I'm praying for you. I just am not comfortable with that yet. But I'll get there. I'll get there. I also just have these like weird thoughts about prayer. I'm just going to say this because it's been on my mind lately. This is going to sound terrible, by the way. This is going to sound terrible. But when it comes to prayer, and for me, praying is just talking to God. Okay. That's what it is for me. That's what praying means to me, talking to God. I'm not yet on the same boat as you guys as far as like praying for everything. I've always been uncomfortable with that, and I'm still not comfortable with it. And what I mean by that, and I remember I have not said this out loud except to Tommy. And Tommy found it very weird and upsetting and uncomfortable for him. And I was like, okay, I'm never going to say that out loud again. Like, sorry, I tested it out on a Christian and it fired back at me. But I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to say it out loud right now because it's been on my mind. And I mean this in a very good way. Please don't take it wrong like he did. Jeff had someone who worked for him. And this is an example I'm going to use. Jeff had someone who worked for him that was super, 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 super religious. Like she talked about God to everybody, everything. It was very uncomfortable for me. Like people who overdo it, the people who were like, I'm Christian. Are you Christian? Like that weird shit where it's like, get out of my personal space. It's not it's like politics. Like that's not your business. My relationship with God, and I still feel this way, by the way, my relationship with God is not your business unless I choose to talk about it. But don't fucking approach me in my space and ask me about my relationship with God. Thank you, Jenna. I think it's inappropriate. I think it's weird. It's like being like, so who'd you vote for? None of your business, not your concern. Why do you want to know? Like, it's a weird thing, right? Okay. So here's the thing. She used to say all the time, so-and-so in my family is sick in Iowa. I have my elbow. I woke up with arthritis in my elbow. I stubbed my toe. I have dry eyes. Okay. She'd go, pray for me. Or my aunt is sick in Iowa. Pray for her. I need prayers. Okay. That's where I feel strange about this. I'm very uncomfortable with that, even still, even though I do talk to God now and I have a relationship with God. It's my relationship, it's very private. And I think it's odd for someone to ask me to pray for someone that's in another part of the land. I don't know their name, I don't know anything about them. I don't know the situation. I think it's awkward. And I want to know the proper etiquette on this so that I don't trip people up, because Tommy lost his shit about it. I could tell his face twisted. I was like, he said something about someone somewhere and he went, pray for them. And I went, pray for who? I don't even know their name. You're just talking about some random ass person somewhere. And he was like, well, still pray for them. And I was like, why? I don't want to. And he was like, what? Like, it's like this open thing that I'm not, it's a club and I'm not in on it. Like, it was weird. He was so offended by that. He was like, you should just pray for them. And I was like, but that's not how that works to me. Like, that prayer actually has to mean something to me. Like, I need to at least know the situation. I got to know their age, their name, what's their sign, what kind of shit have they done in life? Like, I don't want to just go randomly being like, I pray for you. Like, what the fuck? I don't even know you. I don't know your situation. I'm just meeting God. And I don't want to, yeah, I'm cool with sending good thoughts. And I say that in my stream. I'm cool with sending good thoughts, healing vibes, but I don't know that I want to go have a full on conversation with God, who I just met, and be like, hey, there's this fucking person in Nevada that I don't know who they are. And I need you to get to work on that. What? Again, I feel like God is a close friend of mine. I don't want to abuse that either. Like, what is the etiquette here? And I hope I'm not offending people right now. That's not my point. I'm being very open and honest with you right now. Like, I don't want to be offensive, but at the same time, where do we draw the line? Like, what's the etiquette on this? I'm totally cool with being like, oh my God, I hope they get better. Oh my God, that's a terrible story. Oh my God, like, is there a GoFundMe? I'm happy to give some money to. But I do feel weird being like, hey, big guy, get to work. That's weird. That's weird to me. I don't really want to put that on God. I don't want to all day long, hey, Helen Merritt, be asking God for every little thing. I want it to be very intentional when I talk to God. Hey, whine a little bit more. That's my word. When I talk to God, it's because I have something really heavy weighing on me and I need to talk to God about it. I kind of reach out for friends first. Before I go to God, I feel like that's the big boss at work. Like, it better be really serious. I don't want to take everything to God. I don't want to give everything to God. It seems like an abuse of our relationship, an abuse of power. Like, I think that's one of the reasons, like, the conversations I have with God are like about peace right now. Like, I know I've made some mistakes. I know that, I'm working through some stuff and I'm going to get through it with my therapist and all that, God, but I would love some peace. If you could just bring me some peace, like, that's a huge gift for me. And I know you're busy, but like, that's how I have conversation. I'm cautious because I don't want to put everything on God's plate. And I like to work stuff out myself too, to be honest. But it was very strange. I was shamed as all get out about that. I remember it. And he was like, what? You should just pray for them. And I was like, I don't want to. Is that okay? And I think he was like, oh yeah, you got a long runway here. Like, you don't have a real relationship with God. He didn't say that, but that's kind of the gist that I got. And I was like, well, what's the etiquette on this? It's never been explained to me on how that works with God. I don't want to run to God for everything. And I have, all well wishes going their way, but like, what's the etiquette on that? And so I've been actually holding back on this topic for a long time because I don't want to bring it up because I don't want to offend anyone. That's not the purpose. I'm not making fun of this. I just don't know. I've never read the Bible and I don't know how it works. So I'm sorry. But I think it's weird to be like, I'm not kidding too. This woman at his office would be like, pray for me. And I was like, whoa. Remember that time you were a total asshole to me? I don't know that I want to pray for you. I don't even really like you. I don't like you. I didn't like her. She ended up being a huge backstabber and saying all kinds of shit to Jeff about what a terrible person I was. I'm glad I didn't pray for her. I'm choosy about what I want to talk to God about. Don't fucking ask me to have a conversation with God for you on your behalf because you hurt your elbow this morning going to work. Like, I don't know that that's something I need to intervene with God about. That's something you can talk to God about, but like, my relationship is my relationship. Don't fucking tell me. That's no different than saying it in real life to someone. Like, hey, can you pull some strings? I need you to call your dad and pull some strings. Ask him if he can do this for me. No, especially if you're a total stranger. Like, especially if you're someone I don't really even like, any of those things. Does that make sense? Like, I wouldn't do a favor for you in real fucking life down here on planet Earth. I'm not gonna talk to God for you. Like, that's not how I feel. I'm sorry if this pissed some people off. I have a feeling it did. God wants you to talk to him about everything. He loves you and wants to bless you with everything he can. Well, Liz, that's amazing. And I believe you. But at the same time, my relationship is very new with God and I'm taking it slow with God. I am. Like, I love talking to God. I always feel better when I do. Sometimes I forget to because I talk to Fred. I talk to Fred a lot. I don't always summon God. But when I do, I thank him for his time. I know this sounds weird. I feel like I need to shut up. I do. I thank God for his time. I'm like, thank you for talking to me. I know that it's a busy Tuesday, and I get that. I know that sounds silly and I'm embarrassed saying it, but like, I feel like talking to God is a privilege. It's a big privilege. And I don't want to just be like, hey, God, hey, God, hey, God. Like, no, that seems like it cheapens our relationship. God is pristine, perfect, busy, doing all kinds of stuff. And I don't want to just bother God for every little thing. I feel like God is also like, you can do this yourself. You'll figure this out, talk with me when you need to. But like, I don't know that I feel like I need to hold God's hand for everything. He's working on other stuff. Wow. I feel like I need to remove this video when it's over. I'm really embarrassed right now. I know that sounds stupid, but you have to remember I'm new at this. I'm very new at this. Like until a few months ago, I did not think God existed. I was told there is no God. So like now that I have felt God on a real level, I'm not talking to God because you guys told me to talk to God. I'm not talking to God because people were like, no, God really does exist. I'm talking to God because I met God. I very much feel like it's a real thing. He's he or she or whatever. It's a real entity. It's power and I feel it. Just like I feel Fred. And it's calming and I feel very good when I talk to God. So I know it's real is what I'm saying. There's no way to describe it other than I know it's real. I know he's there. Liz, you are what we call a baby in the faith. I bet. God is teaching you the way those of us who grew up in the faith learned as children. He is meeting you where you are and helping you to learn about him. That's a beautiful thing, Liz. And that is truth. I believe that. I believe that God is also being careful with me. And thank you for your super chat because he knows I just met him. Like I don't feel overwhelmed by God. I used to be very afraid of God. I used to be very afraid of the idea of God. Like, holy crap, like God is intimidating. God is scary. God is like the most soft, sweet, like I get this like really very super, super, super capable, super, super, super all powerful, all knowing type of perfection, but so kind and loving and not scary at all. I don't feel afraid when I talk to God ever, but I used to be afraid of God my whole life. If God was real, I was like, that's some scary shit and I don't want to have anything to do with it. And now I'm like, oh, God is like really peaceful and loving. Like I don't feel that way at all. But I also don't want to abuse the power. I don't want to abuse the relationship I have with God. If that makes sense. I'm not going to run around where people are like, oh, I have a headache. Pray for me. No, I'm not going to do that for you. I don't like that. It doesn't feel organic for me. I don't want to. I don't want to. I pray for my dad who has cancer, my stepdad. Like, I pray for the people I want to pray for. I talk to God about those situations. And I ask for mercy in those situations. When there's like a huge thing, when those fires were going on in California, I talked to God about that and how I was worried about it. But I do what I do because I want to, not because somebody asked me to. And that's a weird thing. Do I talk about God? Do I talk about God with Huxley? Sandra, I have for years because Huxley is hugely a believer in God. He always has been. Huxley has been praying since he was like 4 years old. He talks to God all the time. I don't know where that came from. Hey, Joel Sachs, I don't know why. I'm proud of him. I'm happy that he does that. But he grew up in a Scientology family that never mentioned God. And since he was 4 or 5 years old, he's talked about Jesus and God and how he's a friend of God's and he talks to God and he prays to God and he's always had a relationship with God. No idea where it came from. And I have never asked him. Like, I've never asked him to make him feel like, shamed him. Like, why do you do that? I've never said that. I have always nurtured it and said, I think that's a beautiful thing because it's organic for him. It comes from his heart. So I would never want to make him feel bad about it. But Huxley has always had a relationship with God. There's no such thing as God being too busy or being a bother to him. Time is only this world thing. Yeah, I agree with that too, Xenu. I just don't know the etiquette yet. And I know that sounds crazy. Thank you for being a member. I don't know the proper etiquette with God. All I'm saying is I don't want to abuse my relationship with God. I'm not going to pray for someone that tells me to pray for them. I will if I want to, but I just think it's weird to just blanket statement that and be like, pray for them, pray for me, pray for him, pray for her. No, whoa. You pray if you want to pray. I just don't feel yet like it's a across the boards thing. Like, oh, let me jump right on that prayer for you. No, I don't feel right about it. It doesn't feel normal to me to just be like, pray for that, pray for this, pray for. No, I'll pray for what I want to pray for. I know that sounds shitty. Marlugo, well, at the time, I'm pulling in skin tenderness from too much time in the tanning bed. Oh man, I miss tanning. I used to do that in my early 20s. I loved tanning. But seriously, I think Scientology has a lot of the same beliefs I go by. I believe in pulling in stuff. Yeah. Samesies, Marlugo. And thank you for your super chat. And I'm glad you're tanning. I bet you look hot. That's amazing. I get that because I've operated my whole existence on the pulling in thing. Marlugo, thank you for your super chat. Hey, Alana, when I did believe in God, I always thought the faith was very personal and that prayer should come from a place of sincerity. If you don't feel it in your heart, you'll know. Yes. Thank you for validating that, Alana. And thank you for your super chat. She's right. It's a sincerity thing for me. It's an authenticity thing. Hey, Bumblebee, I heard a song recently called Firm Foundation. There's a line in it. I've got peace that makes no sense. Oh, I like that. I've got peace that makes no sense. Doesn't have to make sense, does it? Thank you, Bumblebee. That's awesome. Allie, I think for a newbie to religion, you're doing a lot better than most. To a lot of people, religion seems to be a title that they call themselves. You're making it a way of life. Thank you, Allie. That's a very nice way of putting it. There is no etiquette. Pray the way that feels comfortable. Thank you, Susan. I think that's right. I'm just going with how I feel about it. And there's no etiquette, says Sophia. There's interpretations people either found for themselves or were raised with. So don't chase a playbook that's not even fully developed yet. She's right. She's right. I'm a little embarrassed to talk about it because I know it's not normal, probably, right? It's probably unusual. I'm normally not into conversations about faith because people can get mean. But of course, Reese's chat is amazing. Elizabeth, they are. And everybody's here has been super kind. I'm more worried about the people who are going to come in and leave evil comments after and go, or just the making fun of, I hate when people make fun of anything that has to do with God. I don't like it. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's funny to make fun of people who have found God. I don't think it's funny to make fun of people's religions. I think you're doing a lot of damage by doing that. It's not funny and it's incredibly gross to me. There are some things that you just can't make jokes out of, and that's one of them. I don't like it. Hey, Armine. When it comes to God, faith, or belief, I don't think there's any etiquette. What feels right in your heart is what's right for you. If you need to follow a certain rule, it becomes a cult. Yes, she's right. That's true too. Like, do what's right for you because it is cult-like otherwise. Erica, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request. I like that. Yes, she's right. I think I'm doing everything right, but it's hard to talk about it out loud because I don't want to get shamed for it. And I don't want people to take it the wrong way. I'm not trying to mock anything or be silly because I know that I do that a lot. I use humor right. But this is not that. I'm not making fun of anything. Hey, Kelly. And Buffy, you're right. The people freaking out about your current place are not a very good example of who God is and how a relationship with him works. You're on your journey and faith builds and prayer because more natural when you're there. Yeah. And it's garbage. People who make fun of, again, what you believe in or your religion or your relationship with God, it's garbage. That's garbage behavior. Like it's terrible. Isn't just trying to be a good person enough? Yes, it is, Cheryl. It absolutely is. And I'm not here trying to push God. Some people believe in God, some don't. If people don't believe in God, that doesn't mean anything to me. Like, I don't feel one way or the other because it's how I feel. I have a very close, private relationship with God. I don't need anyone to tell me whether it's right or wrong, and I wouldn't do that for other people. It was way before that, Britley. Huxley was way into God before he ever met Fred. So, bye, Vicki Andrews. All you are doing is learning, and those of us with more experience are happy to help. Yes, and that's true, Liz. Liz has helped me a lot with this subject, and she's been very non-judgmental, and she's also explained God to me in ways that I understand, which is highly, highly difficult for me. My whole time I was a Scientologist, if I had God questions, I'd glaze over because people would try to explain things to me, and I was like, I don't get it. I don't like. Jeff tried to explain it to me, but he was talking about the Bible. And he was talking about all these stories in the Bible. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, I don't know any of that. I don't know any of that. And it sounds insane. Like, when you just jump to those stories, you sound nuts to me. I didn't grow up on those. I don't know what you're talking about. It's totally out of context. But Liz really put it into a place where I was, and I told her that when I met her in person, I was like, I remember sitting there talking to her, asking her all these questions because she was somehow speaking my language. I was like, I've never understood that. Like, all these light bulbs were going off, and I was like, oh, like she broke it down in such a way. But I love it. She broke it down in such a way where I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, I understood it. Stacy, yeah, live and let live. Religion isn't for everyone. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me whether people believe in God or not, because it's not my business. Thank you for coming online. I love your chat and channel. It's a slow process to build one. Thank you, Stacy, for being here. Yeah, Susan the Sage. Exactly. I don't want, hey, Woofy, I don't want people pushing their beliefs on me ever. And you being a lesbian, yeah, because of my lifestyle. People love to tell me I'm going to hell. That's gross. How can anybody ever say that? How could anybody ever say where you're going to end up? Like, I even say, if there's a heaven, I think he's going to be in it. Like, but I have no idea. I don't know. Like, it's just weird to me that people, it's like when Fred died and people came up to me and they were like, he's in heaven right now building a house out of gold. And I was like, look, I know that that's like where you are right now and you believe that, but like, keep that to yourself. That's not, that's pushing to me your beliefs on me. And I don't like that. I think beliefs with relationships with God, things like that, your religion, that's a private thing. It's no different than being like, who'd you vote for? To me, it's like, whoa, 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 not your business and not appropriate. And I'm nothing but inappropriate. I'm very inappropriate. But there are some hard no's for me. I'm not going to discuss politics with people, and I don't discuss religion because it's your business. I don't have a say in it. I don't need to have a say in it. I don't need to give you my opinion or thoughts on what you believe in. Not my place. You don't have to pray for everyone and everything. You do what is comfortable for you, honestly. It's a personal thing. I know, Lacey, but it's weird because throughout my whole life, people are like, pray for that person. Pray for me. Pray for her. It's like, I don't even know who she is. I don't even know her name. Who am I praying for? It's just it's like, it's Scientology word, but it's like an automaticity. Feels like an automaticity. It's like, do you even hear what you're saying? That's so like autopilot to me. It's like, who am I praying for? I don't even know the situation. Like, it's just a strange thing to say to someone. Also, it's very presumptuous. Back then, I never prayed. I had no relationship with God. So for people to just be like, pray for me. How do you know I pray? How do you know I have anything to do with God? It's just a strange thing to say. I'm going to be honest. And again, that may upset people. And I'm not trying to be offensive here, but it's odd. It's odd. As someone who is healed due to the power of prayer, I can tell you that prayer is a powerful tool, but you need to know how to use it. Yes. Hey, witchy Trista. And I love that, Liz. And I believe that you were. But you're right. It's like you have to use it appropriately. You don't just throw that around. It's just a strange thing to do. It's strange. I'm so glad we talked about this. Hey, Jennifer Eber. I know I look like Garth, Wayne and Garth. Yeah, Bumblebee. Yeah, guys, thank you for letting me talk about this in a safe space and being honest with you, because it has been on my attention for a long time. And I keep thinking, like, once a week, I'm like, I should bring that up in my chat. But I was afraid to because of Tommy's reaction. Dude was really upset with me. I was like, I don't want to pray for that person. And he was like, pray for them. And I was like, what? I don't even pray for who? I don't even know what I'm praying for. I don't want to. What if I don't want to? And I said that to him. I was like, what if I don't want to? Like, do I have an option here? Is that just like, no, like once you believe in God, you have to? And he was just like, what is wrong with you? I was like, I don't know. What's the etiquette on this? I don't necessarily want to just fucking willy-nilly pray for people because you tell me to pray for people. That's weird. I don't know these people. You pray for them. Like, you do it. No? Like, isn't that enough? Are you telling me that if I don't do it, the person's not going to get saved? Is that how God works? No. To me, that's not how God works. You pray. You do that through your conversation with God. I don't know. I know, Holly. Yeah, Susan, I agree. I know. So guys, we went over the 2 hours again. I'm sorry that we did that, but God, we had a lot to cover today. We had a lot to talk about. Thank you for listening. Hit subscribe. And yeah, Sam, I agree. God accepts everyone. I believe that. Please hit subscribe before you go. What's tomorrow? I should be back tomorrow. I'm not going to promise tomorrow, but I should be back tomorrow. It will be later in the afternoon. I don't either, Lumen, and I don't want to know. I don't believe a lot of what went on there, to be honest. But guys, thank you for being here. And I love you all. And I appreciate your super chats, your memberships. Thank you so much for that. But again, just thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me, for letting me bounce these ideas off of you, for the feedback. I love that, Joel Sachs. I love you, Martha Slemmer. Just thank you. Like, thank you for just being here with me. Your presence here with me, like, means everything. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. I love you, Katie Fulton. Yeah, Stacy, I get that. Bye, Sporty. Love you too, Dawn. Bye, Debbie Zito. Bye, Jessamine. I will probably see everybody tomorrow. And again, hit subscribe. Thank you for being here. Bye, Woofy. I'm glad I got to see you too. And here comes Fred, everybody. What a good, fun day.